Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I have just completed my farewell tawaf, and given that I'm in the masjid, I will give you somewhat of a tour, a walk around tour of what the masjid is like. So currently I am on the first floor. That's one level, sorry, second floor. That's two levels up from the ground floor. The ground floor I'd reference to be obviously where the actual Kaaba is, where one does a tawaf. You can actually do the tawaf, the going around of the actual Kaaba on any of the floors. The green light here that we have is the marker, obviously, as to say where to start, where to finish, and basically every time you go around, you'd actually so every time you go around, you just face towards the Kaaba, raise your right hand and say Allahu Akbar, and that's it's when you start it, every time you go around, and when you finish it as well. And obviously we're on the second floor, sorry, so we can't really see the Kaaba, but hence we've got the markers here. I'm gonna show you now where Safa and Marwa is. I'm just gonna go around here. So the brothers on the left hand side, they are there to help any elderly, sick, or anyone who's unable to walk, to help do their tawaf. And obviously the Sa'i, which is the Safa and Marwa. So for those who don't know, Safa and Marwa are two hills. The wife of Ibrahim alayhi salam was Hajjah, and Ibrahim alayhi salam was ordered to leave his wife Hajjah and Ismail, his son, and to leave them, and without provisions. Obviously Hajjah was now looking for provisions, so i.e. water and food. In between, she left Ismail in between both hills, and she ran back and forth between both hills in look for provisions. And in that time Jibreel came and hit the ground, and there rose the spring known as Zamzam. So this is the start of Safa. You'll get markers like up here. You'll get markers up here, and I hope my phone does not fall down. So that is the top of the hill. So you can do that. The Safa and Marwa, so it's known as the Sa'i, going back and forth. You can do that on the floor down there, this floor, and the floor above. So obviously you'll start from here, you'll do a dua, you'll recite it 3 times, and then you'll go around and you'll come down the straight path. So again, you're starting at Safa here, and you'll go all the way down. It is a bit of a fair distance to Marwa. Now this is compulsory within your Umrah as well as your Hajj. Without it, it's not complete. So here we actually have we have lanes for the wheelchair users, so it stops them from actually running people's feet over, but also a bit of an expressway as well for those who are pushing it. So I'm just going to go down. This is going to be a long video, but this is obviously just to show you what to expect. Right now it is pretty quiet, but you can expect on the lower floors to be a lot busier, and during peak times it is nearing 1 o'clock now, so it is going to be slightly quiet. They're probably wondering what the green lights are. The green lights are just markers, the start and finish, or where we should run. The males should obviously just been instructed upon the males to run, or to just jog, but ideally people run. But it depends how busy it is. Obviously you don't want to injure anyone as well. You sometimes find sisters doing it. I don't know why, but they're probably just not being educated. But it's just upon the men to do that. So you go all the way down, and then you'll get to the other hill, which is known as Marwa, and then you'll make your way back across the other side there, people walking in the other direction, so it's a bit of a one-way system, and that's doing your sa'i. So if you go from Safa to Marwa, that's 1, Marwa to Safa, that's 2, and you'll do it 7 times. So you'll start at Safa and you'll end up in Marwa. So while I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now show you how to get to the roof. You've got 2 methods: going into the building, which I'm showing you now, we're already in the building, and taking one of the designated elevators. Also on the exit, on the outside of the buildings itself, there are, I'm hoping I can go up, yep, there's also signage to tell you where the elevators are on the outside of the building. It is covered as well, and basically you'll end up coming here. I don't like heights. I just want to show you on this floor here, which is blocked off from this entrance, allows people with disabilities or unable to walk to take those motorized vehicles to do tawaf. It's about 100 riyal, and you can put 2 people on there. So obviously if there's your grandparents and one of them can operate one of these, then go ahead and advise them to use it, because it can take quite a while to do the Safa, so to do the tawaf, sorry. But we're just gonna go up. I don't even know how to. You can fast forward at this point, because you gotta go up again one more time. Yeah, you know how I said there was a level above us where you can do the sa'i? That's here. So I'm actually gonna take you here because this is part of the roof. So at every level you can do the sa'i as well as doing the tawaf. So I'm just gonna cross over. Alhamdulillah, it's not too busy. When it is busy, don't try crossing through. You can end up whacking into people. So when you do the dua at sa'i, at the start of sa'i, so at Safa, and you'll do the same dua 3 times at Marwa, but in there's no mention of any other supplication you do in between. So you often find people doing their own supplication. There's nothing to say that you can't, so you know, it's each to their own. So we're on here at the roof now. Oh, my feet hurt. And to your left you have the clock tower, which I'm staying at. That's the expansion over there. I think it's a King Fahd expansion. To be honest, I don't know which king. And we've got some construction up here as well. From the looks of that over there, where they're building, looks like there's a possibility for another 4 more floors they're making. And then there's rumors that they're gonna have a what you call it, a closable roof as well, which would be beneficial during you know, Zohar time, where it's absolutely scorching. Maybe beneficial then. But I'm just going to show you what the Kaaba looks like from the top floor. I said that you can go up 1 more level, which is still over there. The bits of construction, but you can do your sa'i over there as well. But I'm not going to go there because that's unnecessary walking. And again, I don't like heights, so every time I pan the camera down, it makes me feel dizzy. So that's it from here. Like I said, I'm not a major fan of coming near a edge or high-end area, and I don't feel my phone to be that secure on the stabilizer. That's the people doing tawaf on the ground floor. I personally don't like to do the tawaf on the ground floor because people push, they shove, it's very congested. People push and shove because it's congested and there's no option to do it. There's no other way of going about it. But there's also people who have no manners, no etiquette, and they're very selfish, and they will charge through while doing tawaf. And obviously you shouldn't put anyone in harm's way, nor you should put yourself in harm's way, and obviously that's not the etiquette of doing tawaf. I've not yet managed to touch the black stone, and I don't plan on doing it until they sort out a system where it's not a free-for-all. What I mean by that is simply that everyone climbs over each other, they jump over each other, they push past each other, which includes sisters being amongst the men who are grabbing and pushing and pulling to touch the black stone. Yes, it's suggested, or it's recommended that you do touch the black stone once while you're here, but there's nothing against not doing it. It's not obligatory upon you, and obviously if you're putting someone in harm's way, then avoid it. For the sisters, Aisha radiallahu anha obviously said to refrain from doing it as well, only because if you see on the TV and if you're there to witness it firsthand, you'll know how crazy it is, and obviously you don't want to put yourselves in harm's way. I've actually seen brothers come out with a lot of blood on them, and obviously that's not the right way to do. And really, do you want to be doing your tawaf, or do you want to be touching the stone while you're hurting everyone else? The answer is probably going to be no. So that's pretty much the tour of the upper floors. I'm now going to take you down to the lower floors, and then I want to take you to where the expansion is as well. There's a reason I'm going to take you to where the expansion is, and I'll explain it to you later while I'm there. Some people wear slippers on the escalator, some people don't. I prefer not to, so you're not dragging in dirt. What I hadn't realised is that there's elevators here as well on the newer side. So what I want to show you is basically the mobility area again. That's what that is. The reason I'm not going down there is I'll get told off for recording. I told you how the Saudis are like when it comes to recording at the Haram. I think it's more just on a security basis, but let's see how much I can get away with. I can't give you a complete guided tour because that's going to take a long time. But this is what you can expect, or if you've not been fortunate enough to go, I want to be able to show you what it actually looks like. The place is pretty much clean, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about later as well, is how the Harem stays clean and the brothers who dedicate their lives to making it clean. So the unsung heroes. But what I will do is I'll talk about that later, because I've got footage of them cleaning, and it shows you how much effort they go into cleaning the Haram. You can imagine millions of people coming here. Carry on going down, and my feet hurt. And we come down to what is the ground floor of the Masjid. feet. No. So this is the outside. I'm gonna go back in from the other side. So if you want to know where the imams stay and any royalty during the time around here is, one second, this building here. So I've been told that's the offices of the imams of the masjid and any rows that come here. So I'm gonna go and compass the security place as well, so I'm not too sure whether I'll get in trouble or not. If I do, what I'm gonna do is just take the stabilizer, because the issue is I've got a stabilizer in my hand, the DJI Osmo, and it's a bit big, so it's a bit, you know, bait that I've actually got a stabilizer, so they might not like that. So, but I'll just change over to my hand, so it might be a bit shaky later on, but inshallah that won't happen. So this is the outside courtyard. Brilliant, beautiful courtyard actually, minus the construction cranes. Actually, the way that I'm gonna go through is I'm gonna go from the well, technically from this level downstairs and the level in front of me, they both meet up by a small set of stairs, and that gets you to the grounds of the Harem. Well, when I mean the grounds of the Harem is where the Kaaba is, basically, so the main area. So that's what I'll do. I'm just gonna go down. I hope I'm not boring you. I'm not going to speed this up as well. This is so that everyone can just be immersed in what the masjid looks like. So we're getting to the, what I'd say, the basement slash ground. So this will be the basement sa'i, and above this is the ground floor. Sorry. Well, when I said the ground floor say, you know, when I said how busy it was, that's how busy it is. I'm actually not being told off by the security lot, which is good, alhamdulillah. So the basement say is very, very busy, as you can see people crossing over. It can get even more dangerous during the day, but it's nice and air conditioned actually. When I came last year it was a lot warmer in here, and I came at a cooler period. So I'm just going to wait for a break so I can get through without hurting anyone. But technically the brothers that you see here doing the sa'i should be running. I don't know why they're not. So the Indonesians, the Malaysians, the Africans, they come in big groups, and they come in military style. They will come in massive groups in formation, reciting surahs, other you know, du'as, and in, you know, unison. And I will suggest you do not cross them around Tawaf and sa'i, because you'll just get knocked around like a pinball. And yeah, especially the African brothers, and you know, they're very strong. They'll knock you down to the ground sometimes. Don't know where you can hear them in the background, but that's them in unison. So it says ground floor Tawaf is where we're going to go now. I'll show you what it is like. Very busy. I'm not going to put myself in there with my phone on a stabilizer. I could end up losing the phone if somebody accidentally hits it. I probably won't, but I'm just being skeptical because it's my phone and it's got everything on there. But here we go. So if you look straight ahead, 1 second, you see that there, obviously that's a Kaaba, but that right there, that gold thing, I can't explain what that is, it's like a casing, is actually where the footsteps of Ibrahim alayhi salam is. So once you've done your tawaf, 1 second, let me zoom out. You do your pray 2 rakat here, and then you'll do your say, for example. I've just seen a brother pray to opposite direction. That just put me off. Sorry. You got security guards here, so they might tell me off here for recording. It just depends on the mood of the security guard, I think. I think with Hajj they're a bit more focused on more crowd control than me recording. So obviously that's the people doing tawaf. And I can't explain what it feels like when you first see the Kaaba. It's a smile on your face, it's been overwhelmed, it's relief, it's peace, it's excitement. It's the best that I can explain it, and sorry, the best words I can explain it. So yep, that's people doing tawaf around there, going around. You might be wondering why some people run. So it's I actually suggested that, again, I believe it's just with the men, that the first 3 rounds that you do, the men should do it in haste and then continue at normal speed after. Now the downfall to this, and I shouldn't call it a downfall, but it's a reality of what this is right now you don't see it that busy, but it can get really busy. And the issues surrounding this is that people push each other and they barge into each other. Now amongst men you can deal with it, but if there's sisters in between, it feels wrong. Obviously brushing past sisters, obviously unintentionally, but it happens, and sisters pushing past you as well. It's not the best feeling, and that's why I like to do my tawaf when it's really busy on the first, second and third floor. But actually I could have done my tawaf here on the edge. It's actually a bit calmer here. Well, I've done it now, I've done my farewell tawaf, I can't do another one. So it is what it is. I managed to do my tawaf when I first came here around the Kaaba. The black stone is, I'll show you where that is. Alright, so you've got the door of the Kaaba over there, and then you've got that security guard there. Right by that security guard is the black stone. Like I said, I've not been fortunate to being able to touch it. It's wasn't planned for me. It's not been an Allah's will yet for me to touch it. Whenever it is, that I'll let you know. When I came here last year, the cloth was going all the way down, but this way at the moment it's halfway. You do see people with scissors trying to cut little parts of the cloth to take home. Shouldn't be doing that. That's theft. You don't be stealing in the house of Allah. So basically that is pretty much the sight that you see when you're doing tawaf. I'm on the outskirts because I don't want to interfere in anyone else's tawaf, because I've done mine, and I don't want to become I don't want to harm somebody and become in the way. When you usually come in, you'll come through the King Abdul Aziz gate, which is just in that direction there. So when you come in from the building, you walk in for about 30 seconds and you'll actually see the Kaaba, and that's where it hits you. And talking about it makes me feel really nice as well. But inshallah, whenever any of you guys go, you know, it's just excitement. So I'm just gonna face it towards the Kaaba as I'm walking. Often you'll get people actually trying to play two nuffle and in between all that over there, or stopping and raising their arms towards the Kaaba in the area that Tawaf is congested. That in itself is very dangerous, and I would not recommend that you do that, because you could hurt yourself and other people. Another thing I want to show you is clips went viral of when we were at Mina, and the cloth was flying around because it just been taken on and off, and there was an outline of a door. So that outline there is where the old door used to be. From the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if I'm correct, around that time is where people used to exit. So you know the first door I showed you, the gold door, next to where that security guard was, they used to enter from there and exit from here. So there's actually an entry and exit into the Kaaba, but that's now been closed. So as I said, I wanted to show you the King Abdullah expansion. It's not the King Fahd expansion, it's the King Abdullah expansion. And once I'm done with that, that'll be my walking tour of the Haram. Now, while I mention this, the Haram boundaries are very big. Some say that the actual boundary is the entire city of Mecca. Some will just say it's the outskirts where the hotels are. Now, within the hotels of the clock tower, you have a direct intercom system with, when I mean intercom system with the actual masjid, is that you actually listen to the salah through your room speakers. And some people may agree, some people disagree that that's actually, you're still within the actual mosque of the Haram, so there were grounds of the mosque. So technically you can pray in your room, and you can pray in your room and it's as if you're praying here. I've met brothers who've disagreed, I've met brothers who have agreed with that. I'm not knowledgeable in that area, so I'm not going to make my judgment or opinion on that. Right, to get to the King Abdul expansion, I have to go around back where I came from. Whoa, that was a close one. Some of the shocking things I've found here is that sisters aren't, who I've seen doing the Tawaf, haven't actually adhered to the correct dress code of wearing the abaya correctly and stuff like that. I think I've seen one wearing shalwar kameez, and obviously not covering completely with the arms showing. Advice to the sisters is, and to the brothers, is adhere to the rulings of everything. So that's what you wear and how to do your tawaf and how to do your sa'i, so you don't mess around with it. Assalamu alaikum.
How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Where are you from?
I'm from London, UK.
Welcome.
How are you?
Welcome. Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia? Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah.
Barakallah feek. That's one of the guards at the mosque. Very friendly actually. Probably just seeing what I'm recording. But yeah. They are known to be fairly rude as well sometimes. But you've seen that experience, it was fine. Alright, time to cut across this group. And we're gonna go around, inshallah, to the expansion now. Oh, my feet. One thing we are not used to is walking on our bare feet. We can walk for ages, that's not a problem. I do that at work. But when you're walking without shoes, our feet are not used to it. And hence we get the blisters. Now Zamzam is readily available around the Masjid and outside the Masjid, on the walls of the Masjid outside. It's nice and cold. The ones that you get from the taps are cold. And then you'll get ones in coolers. And ones in coolers, and they're going to be a bit warmer, especially during the day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up my bottle. So Zamzam water, what's so special about it? Well, one second, I'm just going to have to put the phone down for a second. Oh, okay, 1 second. Hopefully this doesn't fall. Oh, it's gonna fall. Alright, I'm gonna put that here first of all. See. The gyro's trying to stabilize itself on an unstable. Alright, right. Just gonna have to face this for a second while I fill up my bottle. When you drink with it, you drink with the intention or with the dua that it gives you health and knowledge, and inshallah with that it will give you health and knowledge. Obviously by the will of Allah, everything is through the will of Allah. There's nothing, nothing will happen good or bad without the will of Allah. So remember that by drinking it, you should expect it to happen obviously with the will of Allah, but if it doesn't, don't dismiss the idea of Zamzam not be beneficial to you. Obviously with sincerity in your heart and obviously belief, you drink with the intention and with the dua. Okay, my stabilizer's been funny now. 1 second. But with the intention of health and knowledge and just health, and with Allah as well, He'll give you that. If He doesn't, then don't be don't be disheartened by that. Allah tests everyone in different ways. Sometimes we do a dua and it may not be answered in the way that we expect it to be answered. So don't worry about that. Okay. Just trying to find the escalators to the expansion. Ground floor. Might be beneficial if I may have totally missed it. And my stabilizer's being funny now because I pressed up against it. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go towards where the expansion is, inshallah. Trying to find the entrance to it. Right, I'm just gonna have to go upstairs. What I'm gonna let this camera do is drop for a second while I recalibrate the stabilizer. Hopefully that's recalibrated. Oh, my feet. Right, so the expansion is in front of me. I really like what the expansion looks like. I'm actually going to show you something. When I mentioned about the Zamzam being in water coolers, that's what I meant. And for some reason they've blocked off the expansion area. I have no idea why. Maybe because they're still doing work towards it. That's really wound me up now, that has. There should be another entrance. I do apologize for taking this long. I'm trying to find another entrance into where the expansion is. When I came last year, some of the expansion was done, and I actually enjoyed staying in that area. Okay, I think we've got an entrance now. Yeah, we've got an entrance down there. My nose is getting blocked up now. Don't know why. Obviously, as more and more people come to Makkah to do Hajj, to do Umrah, you're gonna see obviously the Haram expanding to be able to deal with how busy it is. Wow. Maybe I didn't come to the expansion last time. No, I didn't come to the expansion last time. Okay, so I came to another part last time, and it resembles the expansion, somewhat high ceilings, but it was an area where you could just chill out and pray. So they just had prayer mats, and you'll find that during the Hajj there's no mats on the floor. Everyone just brings their own, obviously, prayer mats, and everyone brings their own prayer mats, and they just obviously just chill out and pray. So this is a new expansion. They've got a desk further ahead. You see that screen? That'd be for information, etc. I'm sure I've been here. Okay, I'm confused. It's been a year. They do construction very quickly here. But yeah, you'd expect this place to have Qur'ans and then just mats on the floor during times of Umrah, so outside of Hajj times. But because it's Hajj, you know, cleaning up the Masjid is going to be hard as it is, and I don't think that they're going to, you know, having to clean up the mats at the same time is going to be, you know, easy for them. So, and look, I just want to show you how high the ceilings are. I can't actually get into here. If I do, I may get in trouble because I don't work here. And basically this is actually gonna hold a lot of people. This will hold a lot of people. You know what, I've not been here, but this is really nice. There you go, I'm sharing another experience. And it's really wet here. I did slip and trip earlier on in the hotel. Went flying in the air because someone forgot to put slippers in front of the door. So I thought, you know what, let me go see what, you know, let me just go into the bathroom where there was water on the floor, and I slipped in a comical fashion. But so, this is really, really beautiful actually. Really, really beautiful. So you'll expect that in non-Hajj days, when this is open fully, you'll have mats on the floor and people just sleep. And this will be most, other than where I said you can do the Tawaf, anywhere behind the Tawaf areas will usually have mats, usually where the entrances of the Masjid is. So in that sense, there will be loads of mats here, and you can actually just sleep, pray, you know, relax. Ah, look at that. That's the exit out there onto the courtyard of the Masjid. And have I said this before, my feet hurt. Oh, I should be sleeping. We're going from Medina, leaving from Medina early in the morning. So they're still doing the roof up there. Look at that. I don't know whether they're gonna close it or leave it open. It does look nice. Right. This is a massive bit. I've actually not experienced how big this is. They've got a hospital down there as well. Don't know whether that's open or not. I actually don't know where I am now. If I walk outside, I won't know where I am. But look at that. I'm showing you my first time experiences around the masjid as well. It's only been a year since I've been here. Actually, I came in last April, and look at this. This was not here at that time. Oh my. Yeah, I was gonna shred my feet. I just hit the stairs. Look at that. Oh, right, okay. I saw a video years ago about how they were going to expand the mosque. And they're actually doing it. Obviously, they're going to do what they said they were going to do, but... Oh, this is going to hold many people. Look at that. Massive chandelier. Smuggle. Look at that. Sorry, I'm making you look at the floor. Yeah, so this is gonna house a lot of area. That makes no sense. Hold a lot of people. And then you've got escalators at the end, which I can't go up on. But presumably that's other places you can pray. Wow. And then you've got a hospital at the end as well. Harem emergency hospital. So they're really expanding, and they've done it really nice as well. Subhanallah. Wow. So, you know, that's gonna make it a lot easier for people to pray around as well, rather than being outside in the courtyard. It's actually not a courtyard, that's actually part of it now. Wow. Whew, it's warm around here, I tell you. Well, most of the Harem is air conditioned on the levels. But no, it's just really interesting to see what I saw on a YouTube video many years ago of an animation per se, or you know, and graphics of how this masjid is going to be expanded. I just totally forgot about how it was going to be expanded. Oh, so I just had a nice cold AC breeze on me. Oh, I needed that right now. Alright, this went from normal to interesting, this has. Yeah, looks almost exact to the animation I was talking about. I won't find it now. I don't think I'll be able to find it. I reckon this video is going to be an hour long. Fast forward it where you see fit. Another area, and the toilets. Oh, these toilets are actually downstairs as well, so that's kept it within grounds as well. Well, presumably within the masjid. Wudu area. I don't know what's going to be at the back, whether that's going to be offices, classrooms. Oh, it's not, sorry, it's the hospital. So that's a hospital behind us. There's ambulances down there. And people are coming in from this entrance as well. So it's actually being used. Which is very interesting to see. I remember there being an expansion when I was here. They were building the expansion, but not to this scale. Imagine having to, I'm just gonna have to upload this video from this phone, because there's no way I'm gonna send it to my other phone and then upload it. I don't think my other phone has that much memory on it now. Oh, my feet. Buggies, I need one of those. That'd be so cool. Tune it up. Oh. They've got to smooth out the floor, it's a bit painful walking here. Oh, gate numbers. So this expansion is going to be huge. And it is. Well, the guy's trying to tell me to stop recording. Guess what? Thug life. I ain't gonna stop recording. Right. Here we go. Ow. Ow. That's not nice on your feet. Especially when they're hurting. So this section was built last year, the one that I'm coming into now, because now I recognize it. Reason being is what I showed you before was just one high ceiling, yeah, no floors. You got level 1, level 2, yeah, just 2 levels, and here you'd have your prayer mats. I'm trying to show you where the mats are, if they've got any out, because it's a quiet area. I don't have the mats, but they're just very comfortable mats. Don't know why I'm obsessed, but yeah, this is where everyone will just be chilling out and praying, inshallah. Oh, my feet hurt. You're gonna... Oh, I need a lift fan. What I have realized is amongst male security here, security guards and brothers, obviously brothers to advise people where to go and where not to go. This is the first time I actually witnessed sisters being here as well. Obviously this when they're in the Kaaba job and everything. Inscription under execute. Quran, ayat, inscriptions. Okay. I've been told to stop.